something in like skateboarding.
Mic me up.
Introspective. Hello. On my 22nd birthday, I started doing something I call question per day. I interviewed one person, different question every day, and I tried to upload it by midnight, and I didn't succeed in all of those, but in 109 days, I talked to 106 people. Some of them were friends or relatives, but 100 of them were strangers, and I learned a lot from doing that. Got out of my comfort zone, learned about myself, about other people, and I want to share what I've learned. Starting with something about myself, I've learned that I love talking to people. It might honestly be my favorite thing, just talking to strangers, connecting with strangers, not just saying words, but, I'll ask a deep question like, how have you grown over the past year, something like that, some deep question, and I'll connect with somebody. I just love that, learning about people, hearing people's stories. I just have learned that I love doing that.
See you, bye.
I think the reason behind that is because I love stories. I love, biographies, documentaries, a good fiction story, and everyone has their own story, their own movie. You can make a movie about everybody's life. People's lives are crazy, and it's talking to someone is a way of hearing stories, and that's probably a huge reason why I enjoy talking to people. Beyond that, it's kind of a way of understanding myself. Like, the person I'm talking to, the person that's watching this video, everybody is essentially me. They're me if I was born by different parents in a different place, but they're essentially me. And by understanding other people, talking to other people, I see things about myself, which is interesting. Another thing I've learned is that other people like to talk about themselves, which is not that surprising, because if I enjoy hearing about stories, there's got to be someone on the other side that enjoys telling that story. And none of these things I've learned are so crazy, but it just, like, when you see people walking down the street with AirPods, everyone's ignoring each other, sunglasses on, you don't really think that people are open. But I've found that even those people, I'll go up to people that are listening to music, whatever, I'll have fantastic conversations with them. There's people that I've talked to for hours, people that have told me about their whole life. People are willing to be that vulnerable with someone they don't know. I think that's awesome. And it's kind of taught me everyone wants to share their life experience. No matter how closed off some people seem, the point, a huge thing about having experiences is being able to share them with people in the moment, or, share them after. There's this one person that I talked to, and we become friends. He told me his whole life story and all that, and he said he hadn't told anybody these things ever. I went over again, another day, and he said, after I told you all that, I just felt lighter. I felt relieved. So I don't know, there's something there. People they like to talk about themselves, and in a sense, we need to talk about ourselves. We need to share our experiences. So that's another thing I've learned. When I go out of my comfort zone, cool things happen. Initially, I was scared, nervous, anxious that, I would get rejected. Pretty much I had a fear of rejection, going up to people, and I didn't want them to say no or be mean to me or something. But once I got out of that and, stepped a little bit out of my comfort zone, yes, there's the chance that people are going to be mean, or just the fact that they'll say no, which definitely happens. But in doing that, I've grown so much. I've met sick people. I've found kind of a love for filming, talking to people. I'm starting to get into like videography, editing, things like that. So that's huge, you know? Don't not do something just because it makes you uncomfortable.
Okay.
To say something more about getting out of your comfort zone, imagine if you got your dream job or got into your dream school and it's on the other side of the country or it's in another country. Imagine if someone you know said, "Oh, don't go. You shouldn't go because it's too far. You've never done that before." It doesn't make sense. That's the same thing when your mind is telling you, "Oh no, don't do this because it breaks your regular patterns." "Oh, you haven't done this before? Oh no, don't do it." Makes no sense when you really think about it. So from now on, when something feels like I'm getting out of my comfort zone and I feel nervous, scared, fear, whatever, that's a secret hint that I'm on the right track. And the ego part of my mind, bad part of my mind, is trying to trick me. Something else I've found since doing these interviews is that by setting a goal, like I'm gonna do these interviews every day, things outside of myself have helped me reach my goals. This is something that the book The Alchemist gets into. Like when you set a goal or you want something, you want to achieve your destiny or your dreams, the universe conspires to help you. I feel like I felt that in a way. Just certain things, certain people that I've met, certain random occurrences have happened that have just given me motivation, or maybe I've talked to someone about something that has really been on my mind, or I'm meeting people that can give me advice on things that I'm recently thinking about. It's maybe a form of manifestation. Like when you're looking for something, then you'll find it, I guess. Specifically, I've been into deeper questions, spirituality questions, and I'm meeting people that can tell me all about that have had certain spiritual experiences. So that's definitely something I found. When you set a goal or you're looking for something, you find it. The final takeaway from my experience so far is that 1 minute interviews are not enough. I go up to people and I say, "Hey, would you be willing to do a 1 question interview? It'll take, 1 minute, 2 minutes max." The whole thing is that it'll be quick because I don't want to intrude on people's day, I don't want to cause someone a bother. But the best part of it is the conversation before, the conversation after, that's much longer than a minute. The whole idea of short form content online, I don't think it makes sense. And for me, it doesn't make sense because I get most value when it's off camera and it's longer. So what I've realized is I might try and start doing more longer interviews, maybe podcast, or just something where the emphasis is not 1 minute long. Because if the best stories are off camera, why would I not want to share that with the people that watch my videos? You guys will get the most value from that as well. So that's definitely something else I'm going to start doing.